It is now time to work on our last lesson in Excel lesson 5, which is to create cell ranges and conditional formatting. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Excel lesson 5. Inside I'll have two documents. I'm going to download the instructions, and then I'm also going to download the starter, which is for Dude Auto Cells. When I get both of those open, you'll see a set of instructions that look like so. Tells you that inside of this lesson you work for Dude Auto Cells and you've been asked to aid in the development of a spreadsheet to manage the cells and the inventory information. You will start this task with a prior worksheet that contains the vehicle information and the cells data for 2018. You will need to convert the data to a table, and you will manage a large worksheet. So you'll prepare this for printing, you'll get it all sorted and filtered out, get your tables all good, make sure you have all your calculations and make it look beautiful for your boss so he can see all the inventory and all the cells. So to get started, we need to open up the Dude Auto Cells spreadsheet, which is right here. So I'm going to open mine up, and then I'm going to click Enable Editing. Alrighty, that's number one. Now number two, I am going to go to the fleet information, which is the first tab. There we go. And I'm going to do what we call freeze the first row. So we're going to make it so whenever I scroll down or up and down, this first row right here always stays. So like right now it's disappeared. I want it to freeze and always appear. So to do so, I'm going to click on number one. Then I'm going to go into View Ribbon. And from the View Ribbon, I'm going to find the Freeze Panes. And then in the Freeze Panes, I'm going to say, freeze the top row. And now, does it look like it did anything? Well, let's check. I'm going to scroll down and look. The top row is always there no matter how much I scroll down or over. It's always going to be there. Perfect. All right, now that we freeze that, we can see that as we scroll down, we're going to take all of this data and we're going to turn it into a table, an inventory table. So I'm going to highlight everything in this section. Get it all in there. Oh, I got to include my titles. So make sure you get that top row as well. And then highlight everything. All right, now that I have everything highlighted, I am going to convert the data to a table. So I'm going to go to the Insert ribbon. I'm going to click on Table, and then it's asking where's the data. It's all in here, and yes, my table has headers. There are those ones up there that I froze. So yes, I'm ready to go. I'm going to hit OK, and it's going to convert it all to a table. Look, it converted it all to a table for me. So I want to highlight that again, and I want to give it a style. So I got to keep it highlighted if you unhighlighted it. And then I'm going to go to the Design ribbon, and I'm going to give it a table style over here. So I'm going to go with a table style 19. So here's the medium, table style medium 19. So here's mediums, they go in order. 19 will be around here. I'll put my mouse over to see when I get it. That's 18, that's 19. Perfect. Now, I also got to give my table a name, and I'm going to call it Inventory. So up here on the top left, you can see my table's name right now. It's called Table 2. I want to give it a custom name, and I'm going to call it Inventory, just like it says in instruction number 3. All right, the last thing I need to do is I need to remove any duplicate records. So if you look right here to the right, as there's remove duplicates. Right now I have 104 rows. Let's hit remove duplicates. And yes, we want to remove anything we found that's a duplicate. I hit OK. And it says they found 3 duplicates and they removed them. So now I went from 104 rows to 100 in a row because it removed 3 duplicate records. Great. Now my next step, I want to do a sort. So I want to sort and get this all in a certain order because right now it's kind of a mess. You can see it's a mess by what car it is, the year's a mess, nothing's organized, not even the price. It's not organized by anything, not even the mileage. So in order to do so, we're going to make a sort to do it in alphabetical order. So I want to do quite a bit of a sort. That is why I need to come over and make sure I'm on my home ribbon and go to the Sort and Filter button and choose a custom sort because I'm going to be sorting by a few things. Now it just gave me an error saying, well, what are you sorting? Well, I need to highlight it and tell it what I'm sorting. So make sure you highlight it all, get it highlighted, and then make sure you're on your home ribbon, come over and find Sort and Filter and choose Custom Sort. All right, we're first going to sort this by the make of the car. And we're going to do it in alphabetical order. So right there, A to Z. Now I'm going to do a second level sort. So I'm going to add a level. And then after it sorts it by the make of the car, if we have any duplicates of the make, we're then going to sort it by the year, and we'll do it smallest to largest. Beautiful. And then we're going to do a third level sort. So my third level, if we have any of the same cars that are the same make in the same year, then we're going to sort them by sticker price. So the price of the car. We're going to do that from smallest to largest. So I'm going to hit OK, and you're going to watch this all sort. It's first going to sort by make, and then anything that's a match on make, it's going to sort that by the year, and then anything that's a match on a make in the year, it's going to go from smallest to largest. So here we go. Let's see. It's all by make, but then look, we have some things that are the same year, like these three. So then what does it do? It goes to the sticker price and does the smallest to largest. So my sort worked beautifully. All right, I want to save this because it's always good to save your progress so you don't lose it. So I'm going to go Save As, Browse my M drive right here. Then I'm going to go into Business Office Specialist, Spreadsheets, and I'm going to save it. There we go. Beautiful. Now I am ready for number 6. And it says I need to repeat the field names on all pages. So for instance, all pages means the cell information in the first quarter. So to repeat the field names, I need to come up to the Print Layout ribbon, and then I'm going to click on Print Titles. And it's asking, well, what do I want to repeat? So here's the right section right here, rows to repeat at the top. So I'm going to click right in here. I'm going to click on row 1 because I want row 1. So now it's saying row 1 will repeat on the top of each sheet. And I'm going to hit OK. And you'll notice later on as we go that row 1 is going to be repeated on the top of each sheet when we go to print it for this document. Sorry, not for each. I'm telling you wrong on each worksheet. We're talking about sheets here because let me show you what I'm going to refer to. I'm going to undo that change. And then I'm going to go File and Print. And look, this is what I'm talking about. I have 3 pages. Up on the top you can see it, the title. Now let's go to page 2. And page 2 and page 3 all have it because I repeated it. So let's go remove that repeat. So here we go, Print Titles. I'm going to take that out. Look like I never did it. And then we're going to go File, Print. And there's page 1. But look on page 2 and 3. Page 3 doesn't have it, nor does page 2. So only page 1 has it. Page 2 doesn't have it, page 3. So I want to go and make sure, so I'm going to use my Print Titles, that that title is repeated at the top of each row of this page. So then again, I click on row 1, hit OK. I'm going to give it a sec to process. Now I'm going to go File, Print, and now it should be at the top of each page. Page 1, page 2, page 3. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to save my progress. Always save your progress as you're going along and finishing new steps. All right, I also need to change my page breaks. So I'm going to make some page breaks so that each vehicle make is on a separate page. So to do so, I'm on my page layout, I'm going to use in breaks. So I need to manually scroll down and find my page breaks. But look, I actually undid something on an accident and I undid my sort. So I need to hurry and go and fix my sort. So here's I got to highlight my range. I hit that undo button on accident trying to get rid of my print titles, and I undid my sort. So quick reminder, we're doing make, then after make we're doing the year, and then after the year we're doing the sticker price. Easy. Now it's all still highlighted. I'm going back into my design. I have it named. I'm making sure all my duplicates are removed, which I already know they were, so we're good. And now we're ready to do the next step, which is I'm going to go through, and after each make of a vehicle, I'm going to click on that row, and then I'm going to go to page layout, and I'm going to insert a page break. So I go insert page break, and you'll notice a little lines drawn across showing where you did it. So again, after Chevy, I'm going to click on row 46 because that's where Ford starts. I'm going to go insert page break. All right, I'm going to go find the next make, which is right here, Honda, row 69. Insert page break. All right, after Honda, we have Toyota, right here on row 90. I go brakes, page break. And you're going to notice that there's a different page that I made on each section. You can tell there's a page because the line goes all the way across right there. So now let's go to File. Let's go to Print. Let's see a print view view. Now I have 5 instead of 3 pages, and let's make sure that that title's at the top of each page. So we have BMW, Chevy, Ford, Honda, and Toyota with the title at the top. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to save that. And now I'm going to add in a footer. So here we go. I'm going to go into my page layout ribbon, page setup section, and I'm going to click on the pop-out dialog box. From there, I'm going to find my header and footer tab, and I'm going to be doing a custom footer. So I'm going to put my name on the left side, just like we did in the other lessons. In the center section, I'm going to put the name code. So I'm going to find the one that's called name code. It's going to find the name of the document. So here we go, insert sheet name, file name, and I will be finding the sheet name. Sorry. There we go. I couldn't remember if it was file name or sheet name, so I'm inserting the sheet name. And then on the right section, I'm going to be doing the file name. So there we go, file name. Now I hit OK, and you can see a preview, my name, the name of the tab or the worksheet, and the name of the actual assignment up there. So that'll come in. So if I went to File, Print Now, you would see that it has my footer on the bottom of each page. Okay, beautiful. It's going to save that progress. And now I am ready to move on to the next worksheet, which is the sales information. So now we're going to mess with this document because the fleet information is all beautifully done. All right, inside the sales information sheet, I'm going to also convert all of this to a table. So I'm going to highlight it all. We go into Insert, Table. Yes, I want to convert that all to the table. And yes, they do have headers. So I hit OK. Now I have my table. I'm going to give my table the name of Sales. And I'm going to apply a table style. So my table style is going to be a dark style 11, which is right there. Beautiful. Now, I'm going to add a little more into this table. So I'm going to go to cell E1, and I'm going to give it another thing that we're missing, and that is the percentage of sticker. So we'll see what that is in a little bit. So I'm going to type in percentage of sticker price, essentially. And I'm going to hit enter. And when I hit enter, it auto puts that into our table. All right, I'm going to put a formula to do some calculation inside this new box I created. So I'm going to go into column E, and on cell E2, I'm going to put in a formula. You are going to type the following formula. It's not a function, so I'm not coming in here and looking for a function. It's a formula that I'm coming up with my own. So I'm going to come into my formula bar, and I'm going to type in the following. Equals. Remember, equals means you're about to do a function. So equals, and then I'm going to put in a bracket to separate some things out. So equals bracket, and then from there I'm going to put at. Equals bracket at, and I'm going to do another bracket. Then from there I'm going to say sales price. I want to take the sales price. So I'm going to click on sales price, and then I'm going to do another bracket and another bracket. So we're going to take the sales price. That's what it's saying. We're going to take whatever the sale price is, and I'm going to divide that by, and then I'm going to do the same thing, bracket at bracket, divide that by sticker price, and then click on sticker price, double click on sticker price, so double click to get it to work, and then bracket, bracket. And I've just made an equation. My equation states, take the sell price, whatever's in the sell price, and divide that by the sticker price, and then I'm going to hit enter, and that is the percentage of the sticker price. Alright, now that I have that, it actually, as you saw, auto-formatted through the whole table. But it doesn't look like money, so I'm going to go ahead, or a percentage, because I want percentage in this one. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this whole column. I'm going to go into my home ribbon, and I'm going to find percentage, which is right there. So I'm going to turn this into a percentage. So in other words, I want to know what is my percentage of sticker price. I'm going to double click right here between E and F so you can see what it says right there to auto fit. So now I have auto fit, and it says my percentage of my sticker price of how much I made. My sticker price was $30,000. I sold it for $30,000, so I made 100% off the sticker price. Here, my sticker price is $30,000, but I sold it for $27,000, so I made 90% of my sticker price. And going on. Here I only made 60%. So if I see 100% or over 100%, I'm doing awesome on my sales. If I'm seeing a lower percentage, it's not good for sales. All right. Now that I have done that, we are going to add in a total row so we can see the total in row 31. So here we go. I'm going to be going down, and we're going to be working in row 31 now. In row 31, I'm going to be doing a few different things. So we're going to start with the first step. The first step is that I want to take the average, I want to display the average of the percentage of sticker. So right here, row 31, I'm going to do an average function. So I'm going to come up to the auto sum button in the home ribbon. I'm going to find average. And yes, I want to do an average of all of those, and it did an average. My average is 83% of the sticker price. All right. Then the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go to the sticker price, and I'm going to be doing an auto sum. I want to know the total. So I'm going to hit sum, and it'll give me the total sum. I also want to do that for the sales price. So click on sales price, and we'll do auto sum, and it quickly figured out the sum. Now you have all these hashtags, which means I can't see the number, so I need to come up here and auto format the space between D and E, and now I can see all of column D. And now I have my totals for my sticker price, my sales price, and then I have the average of my sticker price. Great. I'm going to go ahead and save that progress. And I want to make sure also that I auto-fit all rows, that everything's showing. So I'm going to go through, auto-fit everything, make sure everything's showing well. That's always a good thing to do, make sure your formatting's adding up beautifully. And I'll save. Alrighty. Now that I have done that, we're going to do something new that we have not done called conditional formatting. So, to do some conditional formatting, I'm going to actually, well, you'll see right here in this stickers, I'm going to put some bars that'll represent some numbers. So I prefer to show you, then I'll explain it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to this column right here, percentage of sticker price, and I'm going to highlight it all. Then from there, I'm going to go into the home ribbon. I'm going to come over to this conditional formatting button, and we're going to use this. So I'm going to click on the down arrow, and in here, I am going to create a data bar. So I'm going to click on data bars, a data bar formatting, conditional formatting. And then I'm going to go and find the data bars that is a solid fill blue, which is right here. And as you can see, it basically made a bar showing the percentage. So it's conditionally formatting a bar according to the percentage. So 100% fills the whole box. 60%, only 60% of the box. Okay? So it brings it to life a little so you can see more of a visual effect with your charts. Alright, we will be doing a little more conditional formatting in 1 second, but I wanted you to see that. So I'm going to save my progress, and now I'm ready for number 16, which is essentially our final big step on this assignment. So I'm going to do some other conditional formatting. I'm going to again highlight cell E2 all the way down to cell E30 and get the same column highlighted. I'm going to go back into home, conditional formatting, but now I'm going to make a new rule. So we're going to say new rule on conditional formatting, and this is what this new rule is going to state. I want to make a rule that uses a formula to apply a yellow fill and a bold font to the values that sold for less than or equal to 70% of the sale price. So I'm going to go and find in here in my new rule. My rule is going to be a rule that's called format cells that only contain, because I'm only going to format the cells that have a sale price of 70% equal to or less than. Alright, so I'm saying format cells that only contain. Cell value has to be less than or equal to. What percentage? 70. So it's going to be equals 0.07. So in other words, we are making a math equation. I'm saying find out of all of these cells, if there's any cell that is less than or equal to 70%, what are you going to do to it? Well, we're going to click on format and tell what we're going to do to it. We're going to make it bold, the words, the letters, whatever it is, we're going to make the font bold. And then we're also going to give it a yellow fill. So I'm going to come, I'm going to find fill right here. I'm going to make it yellow. So we have our yellow fill and our bold font. Hit OK. There we go. It shows me a preview of what it's going to look like. So anything that's 70% or less should go to this. So let's look. All these 60%ers or 70%ers should go to that. Let's hit OK and see if it works. And boom, it worked. Anything that was 60 or 70% and lower had an auto yellow fill with a bold font. So now you can see my data bars show the percentage. but then anything that was 70% or lower, we have a bold font and a yellow fill. Beautiful. I'm going to save that progress for my conditional formatting. And now we're ready to move on to our last section, which is the first quarter sheet. We have the fleet information done, the sales information done. Now I'm on to the first quarter sheet. So inside of the first quarter sheet, let's look what we're going to be doing. I'm going to first highlight my table. So I go into my design, and I'm going to call this table first quarter. So here we go, first quarter. All right, now that I've changed the name, I'm going to filter the data to display only January, February, and March cells. So how do we do that? We're going to come to date sold, and as you can see, when I click on this arrow, the sort and filter for that specific column has all of the months selected. So I'm going to deselect all, and then I'm going to go and click January, February, and March, because I only want to display January, February, and March. I'm going to hit OK. And now it's only displaying January, February, and March. I'm going to auto fit so I can see everything in my columns beautifully. There we go. And now I am finishing up on this document. So the next thing I need to do is I need to add a footer. So let's go. Where do I go to add a footer? That's right. Page layout. And then where do I go? Here's my page setup. Where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? There's that beautiful pop-out box. We have a lot of things in here we've been using. I go to insert header and footer, and I'm going to add a custom footer. I'm going to put my name on the left section, Senior Blake, and on the center I'm going to put the sheet name. Yes, sheet name, which will be first quarter. And then on the right section, I'm going to do the file name, which is up here, file name. Now I'm going to hit OK. It gives me a preview. Looks good. I'm going to hit OK. All right, and I'll make sure. Go File, Print, see what it looks like. Beautiful. I got my footer on the bottom. Looks good. Okay, the last step before we save and submit this is we're going to make sure that we make all of these documents in a landscape orientation. So first, I need to hold down the Control button, and I need to highlight every single worksheet. So now you can see, I'll undo it again so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to click down Control, first quarter is highlighted, sales information is highlighted, fleet information is highlighted. Then I'm going to come up to page layout, orientation, and make sure I change them all from portrait to landscape. And now it's changed them all to landscape. So if I go into File and Print, we can see now it's in the landscape view. So it has all my documents. Here's the first ones where it was showing my 5 different types of makes of vehicles, and then after Toyota. Then we're going on to my next worksheet that showed all of the vehicles and their sticker price and the percentage we made off of them, and then this sheet which only shows the January, February, and March sales. So perfect, my document looks great. I have my 7 pages that are ready to be submitted. So I'm going to make sure I go File, Save As, Browse, Business Office Specialist, Spreadsheets, and Save. Do I want to replace it? Yes, I do, because I just updated it. Now I am finished with that. I'm going to close it. I will then submit it onto this section of Canvas. After I submit it, I'll hit Next. And then upon hitting Next, I'm going to take my 5-point Exit Lesson 5 Conditional Formatting Exit Assessment.